Alright guys, Chester back here with the Destiny Guide video channel. This time we're doing the Nightstalker, and with me today I have Reverend717. We'll just call him Rev for the sake of things.
Hello everyone.
This is his first time being on the channel. He's a little nervous, chewing on his gum pretty hard right now.
Me gum.
But anyways, I decided to bring him in for the Voidwalker, why do I always say that? For the Nightstalker guide, because he has a lot more experience with the Hunter than I do, so I figured why not. So anyways, to get started off here, we have we're actually going to do two builds, one for PvE and one for PvP. And to start off, we have the Spike Grenade, Void Wall Grenade, and Vortex Grenade. We went with Void Wall. Would you like to explain what?
Well, for this PvP or PvE setup, the Void Wall allows you to secure an area easier and block off pathways that your enemies, such as annoying Thrall, can come through, and it'll take care of them easily.
Yes, very. And for the jumps, of course, you get the option of double jump to start off with. We chose triple jump because that's just like the best for parkour and control overall. So it basically adds higher jump and better control together in one just by adding that third jump. And for Shadow Shot, we went over and there's Bloodbound here, excuse me, Black Hole and Quiver. We decided to go Black Hole for some pretty obvious reasons that I'll let him explain.
Well, Black Hole allows you to tether enemies longer and more. So it's a pretty obvious choice. You can tether a large group of Thrall and spawn a bunch of orbs.
And it's still very effective against bosses due to its increased duration, so it allows you to get that extra crit damage on bosses for a longer amount of time. Now next up here we have Smoke, and with its perks we have Envenomed, Vanish and Smoke, and Snare. We did go Vanish and Smoke on this one just because, for the simple fact that, well, if your partners go down, like your fire team goes down, you can easily just throw down a smoke grenade and go revive them really quick, or if you don't have a fire team and you're on your own, you can use that to get out of a tight situation. And it just works in multiple different situations in PvE.
It's almost better than self-res.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there. But anyways, with the paths, we have Path Forgotten, Path Forbidden, and Path Unknown. We decided to go for Path Forbidden because, well, I mean, having that battle recovery, though, I mean, and of course, Hunters just are agility, so why not?
Yeah.
And then over here for one of our side perks, we have Courage of the Pack, Light of the Pack, and Lockdown. We went with Light of the Pack. Would you like to explain this one, Rev?
Well, Light of the Pack is, since the Nightstalker is the support class, you want to be able to spawn as many orbs of light as you can. And with Light of the Pack, the Nightstalker becomes an orb machine, spawning well over 10 orbs. So it really assists your allies with getting their supers and maybe even healing them, depending on what their helmet perk is.
Yes, very much. And anyways, next up here we have our different ways here. Way of the Drifter, Way of the Fearless, and Way of the Nomad. We decided to go Way of the Fearless because we decided the Nightstalker at least needed some armor to help keep him alive. Because once again, he's the support class, and he's going to be getting into battle a little bit more than your usual Hunter. So we figured armor was a great thing for him to have. And then last off, we've got our last perk here, Keen Scout, Predator, and Shade Step. And we decided to go for Keen Scout on this one. I'll let him explain this because he's better at this crap.
Well, this last column is really up to the player's choice. Keen Scout, so you can hurry and find more enemies easier, and you can find them a lot faster. But you can also use Shade Step depending on your playstyle in case you're getting surrounded by a bunch of Thrall or whatnot, and you can hurry and Shade Step out of the situation and tether or shoot them with your primary or whatever you're using.
But yeah, anyways, so that's our PvE build. Now moving on to our PvP build, we'll go back to start off with the grenades here, and once again we've got the same grenades, and we went with Vortex Grenade on this one. And yeah, would you?
Well, the Nightstalker, when using Vortex Grenade and on the Smoke Grenade, you would want to have Envenom, and if you throw them together and your enemies get stuck in it, it really deals a lot of damage to them, and if they'll either die from it or they'll be severely weak, so you can hurry and pop out with a side armor, a scout rifle, and finish them off very quickly. And
of course we stuck with triple jump on our jump because once again, just easy control and good amount of height. And actually for Shadow Shot we stuck with Black Hole again because it's just a really, really effective perk. Personally for me, I go Quiver because I like getting the 3 shots that can instant kill an enemy when hitting them. But I can also see Black Hole very well because if you're playing Clash, you just have a whole group, or even Control, just having a whole group come in and getting like 2 to 3 tethers from that one and being able to do all that damage to them while they're also blinded and slowed is actually really very effective. So he was able to talk me into that one. And now we've got our Smoke again, and we went with Envenomed this time because I'll let him explain it.
Well, like I was saying, with the Vortex Grenade and Envenom, you get a sort of combo, or I like to call it the Wombo combo. and it really deals a lot of damage.
Yes, it can bring down your enemies very quickly, whether it actually kills them or just weakens them enough for you to be able to pop them with 1 or 2 shots from your weapon. So anyways, paths again, we stuck with, didn't we stick with Path Forbidden?
I believe we went to Path Forgotten.
Ah, yes we did, because we decided the hunter probably needed a little more armor for PvE or PvP uses, due to the fact that, well, you know, enemies just get really annoying with that crap. So you want the extra armor to be able to keep yourself alive a little bit longer. And if you equip yourself with Red Death, definitely you don't really need recovery at all. So, but who uses that gun? I mean, it's year one crap. But anyways, moving on to our first perk again, we decided to go with Lockdown for a couple of simple reasons that I'll let Rev here explain.
Well, Lockdown allows you to have your smoke grenade last longer, your grenade itself last longer, and with Vortex and Envenomed on, you can have them trapped in your little death machine area that you created for a lot longer than with other perks. Courage of the Pack and Lab of the Pack are also very good, but you can't really spawn that many orbs per se in Crucible, and Courage of the Pack I just don't find incredibly useful because you have to kill the targets who have been tethered, and usually they're shooting back, so it's a bit harder than if you were just using it in a PvE instance. And
to be honest, those buffs really are not that significant, so they don't really show up much. And also, with Lockdown, he didn't quite mention this, but if you do a Vortex Grenade and a Venom, if you can manage to get one behind them and one in front of them, they are essentially trapped, especially if they're in a hallway. Oh, yes. So it works very well having that extended duration to be able to get them just insanely trapped in there, especially because the Smoke Grenade and Vortex will easily blind them if they're, once again, in a hallway, you get it behind and in front of them. Mm-hmm. So they'll just be like a kitty in a corner. But anyways, on our ways, we stuck with Way of the Fearless because, yeah, you need armor. That's a simple way to put it. And once again, for the last perk, it depends on your playstyle. If you're going to be defensive, we recommend Keen Scout for the simple fact that you can, well, sprint and sneak faster for one, but also the fact that you have that enhanced tracker so you can pinpoint a little bit better where your opponents are, and you can also mark them when you damage them. Now, and Shade Step is also actually a lot more relevant in PvP than it is in PvE most of the time. Once again, if you're an offensive player, we definitely recommend Shade Step for being able to get out of tight situations that much quicker. Especially because of the fact that you can just you can shade step back, you can shade to the side, any direction as long as you know how to use it. But anyways, guys, that is it for our Nightstalker guide. I hope you found this useful. And yeah, so be sure to look out for later videos. Let's go for 10 likes on this video, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you all in the next video, whatever that is. Peace out.